Welcome to Cooking with Miss O. Let's join Mary Beth Oxendine in the kitchen as she teaches you how to cook Southern-style healthy.
Cooking with Miss O. We have a lot of friends here today, and we have Molly back, and we have Gus Arundel, who's president of Spring Mountain Farms, and now Aubrey Joe, who is Molly's friend, and y'all in the same class with Miss Beasley.
Yes.
Hey, Miss Beasley. I got two of your girls now. And then who have we got over here? Gracie, right? And Gracie, you're in 3rd grade, and they're in 2nd, right? But you all are best friends at church. And where have I known you from? Grace in the Wilderness, right? With Marie Pritchard and I when we go speak. And y'all help us out, don't you? Well, we're here because we're going to try something new for moms, aren't we? We're going to show moms how wonderful it is. In my recipe book, those of you that have the books on page 77, Day 11 dinner recipe is chicken nuggets. When I make the chicken nuggets, Gus, I'm sorry. I use your Springer Mountain breast.
Yeah, thank you.
And if I can ever get your chicken tenders, those are the easiest to make the nuggets out of because I can just cut them like that instead of having to cut the breast in half. And then those are individually done, moms, and they're good for your children. It's the only chicken I eat because of what happened to my daughter with chemicals in my family. And so, I've been saying that ever before I knew there was a Gus Arundel. But I did get to go visit that plant, and it was wonderful.
That's right.
And it's clean.
Thank you so much, Mary Beth. And that's right. We got hooked up with Mary Beth. I guess it was maybe years after you'd already found Springer Mountain Farms chicken, and she called us one day, and we hooked up, and it's just been a great relationship ever since.
Yes, y'all are wonderful.
And thank you so much for endorsing us.
Even though he's a Georgia graduate and I'm a Clemson graduate, except on football day when we're playing each other, he's a wonderful, wonderful person, and his company is wonderful. And this was your idea to do the Springer Mountain.
Yes.
Your dad was in the chicken business. Your uncle was in the chicken business, right?
Yes, and I really did. I wanted what I call just the rubber chicken market. You know, it's just price and what's cheap and all like that. And I didn't like that. And I wanted to make a better product that's better for you. And I'm against the use of antibiotics, steroids, hormones. And I'm also, you've got to be good to God's creatures on this earth. And we're the first chicken company. I'm glad to say that there are other chicken companies that are joining the bandwagon with us. But we're the very first chicken company to be certified by the American Humane Association that we're good to our chickens. They've got plenty of room to roam. And
I've seen that.
Yes, you have.
They are precious.
Well, thank you.
I wanted to take them home, but I don't.
Well, they're happy, and it's a lot lower stress environment. And when you've got a lower stress environment, you've got a more tender chicken. You do
and I met your farmer, one of those farmers that works with that chicken when I went to visit the chicken farm, and I was impressed. I also went through the factory. Not only is it clean and all, but what I was impressed with, all your employees are just very happy people. I like that. My husband was a teacher, and he could have gone on to administration and everything, Gus, but he was just happy in the classroom. And I think it's important for you to be happy in your job, so I specifically looked for that, and all your people were happy. I was so impressed.
Well, thank you, and I promise you we've had a lot of people say that have come through our facility before, and they go, we've been through a lot of them, and people are just looking down as drudgery, but all our people are happy. They know who our customers are. They're tickled to death when they come through, and you're welcome to come back anytime you want to, and the audience too. Y'all get a hold of us. Come see us.
And let me tell you, they're not very far away from here, and that's the wonderful part. They're just right about an hour and a half from
an hour and a half
the Clemson now. Yeah, now these 3 girls are going to do taste testing for us, aren't you girls? Because they're friends of mine and Marie Pritchard's, right? And their moms are friends of ours too. So what we're going to do is y'all like ranch dip, and most people do with their vegetables. Most children do anyway. My kids did too when they were y'all's age. And they also like that for their chicken nuggets too. I'm going to show you a chicken nugget that's very easy, moms, when you have ball games or you're getting home late from work, and you can make these nuggets and you can put them in a freezer bag and just pull them out, heat them up, and we're going to show you how they taste and how these kids, there are taste testers. They've never tasted them before, have you girls? No. And we've used the Springer Mountain chicken, and here's my whole wheat bread that I ground up in my food processor and used that as my breading. And then I used one jar spice. It's all-purpose seasonings, and it's from Simply Organic out of Ingles. And then we're showing you different things to fix so that this summer you can have these good meals. A lot of people don't realize it. It's great to teach your kids to eat a lot of vegetables. We need a lot of vegetables. We need fruits. We need more vegetables than fruits, but we do need the fruits too. They're very important. But you need protein. and that's very important. Protein helps with stress, and there are different enzymes in your chicken that you need. So if you're gonna go vegetarian, you should still at least keep your organic eggs and your chicken in your diet. I know a lot of people that have done that and then stopped with the beef. Now I like beef and chicken. If you wanted to stay away from a meat that probably causes more problems, it would be pork. But as a Southerner, Southerners eat all of that pig except the oink, right?
Yes.
So, and there are days when I like a good ham, don't you?
Nothing better.
So
Salt.
yes, I know. So I just want to tell you that today we're going to do healthy things so that you'll know. We have the baby organic carrots here, and by Earthbound Farms, and that is at Ingles. And then we have the organic tomatoes that I get at Ingles. Then we have these little things. Gus, would you tell us what that is?
I have just learned this, and it's been a while since I was a child, but kids do not get enough fruits and vegetables. Y'all get fruits and vegetables. In fact, we were talking a little bit before the show, and we had, I don't know, all three of you didn't like something, either a fruit or a vegetable. But I asked Mary Beth, I said, well, why do you have this handy bag right here? And people are so time conscious and everything that people now are too hurried to go in the grocery store and pick through, and which I still like to do, and go and pick my produce, my apples, anything like that, and pick it by hand. But anyway, this is a way that you can, you've got about 2, 4, 6, you got about 8 apples in here, and you could have one for every day to put with your child to go to school. I think it's a very, very good idea. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, and so does a piece of chicken.
That's right. You're exactly right. And we've got cucumbers there. We've got those little baby tomatoes. So you could pick up a little container of that tomatoes, a little bag of those carrots, the little, what is it called? Little what now? Snappers? Is that what it's called? The bag of apples?
Yes.
They have those in
little
pears.
snappers.
Yes. They have oranges, pears, a redder apple. This is at Ingles. This is where I get this. And then you get, and now as a widow, I get this too, because then I can just grab that and grab it when I'm on the go. You know, grab me an apple out and stuff. But the other thing is too, they also have little bitty oranges too, the little bitty ones, and they're fun too. So you could get all your fruit that you needed. I'd add some grapes and some berries to all that, and then you'd have plenty of that. There's all kinds of ways you can do vegetables. This is real easy. Now what we're going to do, I've taken the plain organic Stonyfield Farm fat-free yogurt, and what people don't realize is yogurt is fat-free anyway. So, and it's excellent. It has probiotics in it. And so it's real good for you. Even if you're allergic to dairy, you can usually do your yogurt, which is great. All right, we have this that we got at Ingles, and it's ranch dip. You see it right down there. And it's simply organic, like the spices I use, and I've looked at the back. I always want you to check, even when it's organic or all natural, to make sure that it is really good stuff in there, because I have seen BHT in something that said organic. I've seen EDT. I've also seen partially hydrogenated, and that's terrible.
Yeah, the BHT, we were talking earlier, I did not realize that it was in so many different kinds of food. I mean, it's in nuts,
really
it's in everything. It's just a preservative that you don't need.
No, and we don't need that long a shelf life, because it's just that those preservatives are killing our children and us. That's what's causing cancer and all kinds of things. Okay, so we're going to put this in. You could use this with sour cream, or you can use it with plain yogurt. You can do it both ways. We're going to do a plain yogurt so you're getting probiotics in your children, because probiotics keep your immune system.
Yes.
And you have a friend that knows all about that too.
Yes, we sure do.
And so we're going to do half of this, y'all. Now I'm going to just put 1 spoonful in. Why don't y'all do this? You put it in for me, and then I'm going to let you, I'll open this, and I'm going to let you pour this in, okay? Now, since this bowl isn't that big, and then I'm going to let you stir it. How about that? Okay? There. You want to get a little bit? Go as fast as you can with that. Thank you, sweetheart. There. And then, so it won't all spill out, what we're going to do right now is we're going to let you pour this in, and then we'll go back and get some more yogurt. Because pour that in.
Are you going to pour the whole package in?
We sure are. We're going to do, there you go. There. You're doing great, Molly. Real good. And then we'll add more yogurt to it. Okay? And I might have to get a bigger bowl here. Do you want to stir it now, very gently? There you go. There. Now, I love these helpers, Gus. Aren't they great?
They are fantastic.
They are wonderful girls, aren't
the,
they?
The helpers. And Mary
maybe
Beth,
not.
these days, I appreciate you showing them how to cook so much, because they don't even teach home economics in,
I know they
in
don't.
class anymore. It's just a shame. And so, and people are working, the mothers are working and the fathers are working, and they don't have time to teach their kids in the kitchen. So it's very nice of you to do this. I think you
I
ought
want
to
them
do
to-
special shows teaching kids how to cook.
Well, actually, Gus, we are. We're going to start doing one show a month with just kids.
Oh, that's great.
I have so many kids
I'm
that want
ahead
to
of
be
my
in
time.
here. No, you're right about that. And I'm glad. No, that's great, because we
excellent
just
idea.
decided that. I go into schools sometimes and teach how to do cupcakes for every state and cookies for every president. Now, I need you to get me some more yogurt in here, and I'm going to do this. We're going to fill up that bowl, and then we'll, okay? Go ahead and, there you go. You're doing great. Okay? Let me see if that's half yet. Let's take a little bit more.
And I believe you said that you could use sour cream.
You can.
And
You can. But then kids have so much fat in their diet.
correct.
So if you could do this with yogurt, that would be better. And
So you definitely better with yogurt.
with kids. Because another thing is their immune systems need to be strong.
Yes.
We don't want to load them down. There's so much, processed food has so much fat in it. All right, girls, I'm sorry. Why don't you stir a little bit and then pass it to her, okay? And we're going to a commercial break. We'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back, y'all. We're eating. Girls, I want you to go ahead and try your nuggets and your dip. Tell us what it's like. Do you like it? Is it good? Good.
Good.
Moms, this is so much less expensive than going to fast food.
It is. Mary Beth, will you tell me again about how to make the nuggets that
Oh,
you made?
yes.
They're good for
This
you.
is-
It's not a fast
No,
food nugget.
It's not at all. It's Springer Mountain chicken.
Springer
and I
Mountain
cut,
chicken nugget,
If you
yeah.
have the breast, Ingles only carries the breast, and if you have the breast, you cut it in half, and then you just cut it across like that, and that's how you end up with the nuggets. Then I take a small Ziploc bag, I do the ground up my bread, I do the all-purpose Simply Organic spice, pour that in it, and I just roll them in that, shake it up in that bag, put it on this. I always use the brown paper and parchment paper, put it on that because it absorbs any kind of liquid that way.
Oh.
So it doesn't go back into the chicken, it doesn't make the bread
Okay.
soggy, and none of this is soggy. So I always use that for my cookies, for anything, but especially when I'm doing something that might have a little bit of juice
Yeah.
running
Well, I
out.
thought that was real interesting. She showed me she had a little baggie about like this, but it was just ground up breadcrumbs in it,
Breadcrumbs.
and straight from the bread that you
Right,
make, the wheat bread, right?
That's right. So they're getting nutrition in that, because what a lot of people don't realize is with this whole wheat bread, you get all of your B vitamins. And a lot of people are stressed because they're not getting B vitamins. A lot more stressed than people used to be.
Right, and,
So-
and one thing I noticed too, that after you crumbled up the breadcrumbs and you had them in the baggie, you just put the pieces of chicken. You didn't have any egg or anything to make it
No,
stick, and
just that.
and as y'all it stuck good, didn't it, girls?
Did it? Do y'all like the
Yeah,
dip?
I believe that they're very convincing.
Yes.
They're eating. They really are. Okay, and then you just put them in the breadcrumbs,
Yeah.
and the wheat breadcrumbs, and
Yes,
then
sir.
baked it on 400, I believe.
Yes, we
is what it
did.
was,
For
yeah.
about, you bake it for about 20 minutes, but cut one open, one of the bigger ones. Make sure it's not pink inside.
Correct.
And then, but if you do it with a meat thermometer, you'll have to put about 4 on the meat thermometer to check the
Yes,
temperature.
yes, yes.
And it should be over 180.
Yeah, there's really nothing better than just the good old eyeball, though.
I
You
know
cut
it
it
is.
open,
You're right.
see,
Cut it
see
up
if
and
it's
check
white,
it.
and see
That's
if
right.
it's
And
good.
if it's the
If
other
it's
thing
white, it's
about
good.
my chicken with the bread like this, it's tender. Your chicken is very tender.
Thank you.
And the other thing is, it doesn't lose its juiciness. Do you know what I'm saying? It's moist and
Thank you.
nice, and that's wonderful. The brown paper helps with that too.
Right.
Because, and you don't have a big mess.
Right. Well, just like everybody else, you are a chicken, a pig, a cow. It's just like a human. You are what you eat, and
Right,
and we
right.
feed, like I said, we feed our chickens an all vegetable diet. No meat byproducts, no
knew
nothing.
that,
They're
yeah.
just straight corn and a little bit of soybean meal.
And your corn is not, they do not get corn that is what is it, HMO? Is that what it is?
GMO.
GMO. I get that mixed up sometimes.
Genetically
It's genetically modified. And you do not want any corn that's like that.
No.
I've read up on that, and I've seen that video about it, and it's scary.
Yes.
It really is. So you don't want your children having that. So, and you want them to get used to, my kids growing up had this kind of stuff because my grandmother was European and they ate a lot of raw. So at 2 years old, my kids started eating raw salads, but the only dressing they would eat at that point was ranch.
Ranch.
So, and kids love ranch. Go ahead, y'all. Grab it. Okay?
Aubrey, a good nugget. Molly, Gracie.
Is it good? Do you like them as good as you do the restaurants? Really?
All right.
Thanks. Yeah.
They're
And it's so
better than the
easy.
restaurants.
They are. Thank you. Thank you.
they are.
And they're here today with us today, Gus. And when we're done, we're going to do s'mores, aren't we, kids?
That'll
Homemade
be fun.
s'mores. So you can do that.
And I would like to tell everybody out there in TV land that I thought it was so cute after when we took our first station break there. Molly looked at Mary Beth and said, you know, you do okay. So I'm glad that we got her approval.
I know. It made me feel
And
good.
Mary Beth, you do okay. You
Thank
do better
you,
than
Gus.
that.
I
You did a great
appreciate
job.
that.
You did a great job.
Well, my food is just simple. I'm sorry, the nugget's great. I'm hungry. The dip is great with yogurt, isn't it? It really is. Now, let me tell you, that Simply Organic one, the ranch dip, has a little bit of kick to it. You know what I mean by a little bit of kick? A little bit spicy, and it's good, isn't it? So it's good. It's good for your vegetables. You can do it with your apples. You can do it with your chicken, right? Isn't it wonderful? And on your salads, right? And you can cut up. The other thing I do with this, Gus, and kids, I do a meal with these nuggets.
I was just about to bring that up. I guess, and you're a nutritionist, but I was looking right here. You've got a whole meal right
do,
here.
see, it's
Would
easy.
you need a salad?
No.
No. Get it
I mean,
out
you
of-
could if the kids would, but I would do this for
But you-
lunch or dinner when you're in a
that
rush.
would be a great
because if they
lunch.
had this instead of fries and this,
Yes.
see, my kids ate all this, so when they walked in somewhere, they still eat this. They'll walk in and get stuff like this.
That is
my
excellent.
kids would
That's
rather
so
have
much
a salad.
better for you than a burger in the
and no,
fries.
I did fries, and I did the little things too with them because you want them still to have the fun things that other kids have. But this doesn't need to be a daily thing. That needs to be something like lunch on their birthday.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And
that's
it
right,
saves the
yes.
pocketbook.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
fast food places are.
Fast food will eat you up.
It will kill you.
It
in
sure
time.
will on the pocketbook.
Yes,
It
yes.
really
And if you
will.
want to
It's very,
know
very
about
expensive.
fast food, there are some videos at the library. I got one out of the library, and it tells you what happens when you eat too much fast food. I think they did an experiment with a guy for 2 days, and what happened with his blood pressure, with his heart.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yes, I did see that.
Was it
yes.
2 days?
Yes,
Or was
yes.
it? Yeah.
I think it was 2 days something, but his health definitely went downhill.
Oh, it really
But
didn't. He was
like I
very
said,
healthy before.
Yes, but that's what he did. All he ate was fast food.
That's right,
Yes.
every meal, and that's what it did to him. I want to tell you, widows, I know it's very hard to eat, and it's very hard if you're a widower or if you're a single mom. It's very hard. And I know with widows, they stop eating, and widowers do too, and they also stop washing their clothes. So you get a friend in, you do the 30-meal cooking, you take this, you put it in the freezer. That way you can pull it out and eat it, put you on a sweet movie, or invite a friend over, invite a neighbor kid over to eat with you or something, and then I go to King's Cleaners right after Tom died. I just couldn't do laundry, so I just took my clothes there, and they were great to me. And the mother of the boy that runs it there, the young man, he's not a boy, he's a father. But anyway, she is so precious too, all of them are. So there's a lot of ways to get around that until your grief, you can function again, you know, and that's
You've got to go through that process.
You do, and it's a process, and you understand that because
Yes.
you've lost loved
Yes.
ones too, and
Yes.
you know how hard it is.
Yes.
But we've got to still keep going because we have people around us that need us.
I tell you what, the kids make it. They really
They
do.
do, don't they?
They
are. And
Y'all
these are three of
y'all
the
are
finest girls, Grace in the Wilderness girls, aren't you? That's right. And so we love having you here, and we're excited about the s'mores too, aren't we? Now, what do we tell Mr. Gus about his chicken?
It's good.
It's good, and
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
good. You're very, very
That's
welcome.
right.
And I'm
It
certainly
is.
glad that our company can make a product that's better for y'all because I'm all for taking care of the kids. That's
All right, and he is.
You're our
He is.
future.
I will be right back, commercial break. Thank you. We're back, and these girls helped us. And to finish off a fun summer meal like this for kids, this is my emergency fund when kids come by the house, and this is what I had. Of course, my Tupperware. I have my chocolate bars, I have my marshmallows, and I have my graham crackers that are all ready for s'mores, kids. Okay, now y'all are going to be doing this. I have one that's open. Here, I'm going to move out of the way. I'm going to move over here near Gus. Gus, you want to stand right up here and
Sure.
I'll come up with you? Okay, girls, I want y'all to go ahead and put your graham crackers. We need 2 for each of you. So you put your 2 down.
Now, I'd like
Okay.
to say, too, there's no chicken nuggets left.
No, I know.
They-
Look at that.
they ate them all. In fact,
the only one on that fork was mine because I had to go get this.
The camera, the camera people, they said, "Boy, those look really good." When we were in commercial,
did.
we said, "Oh, they are good."
I know.
And then I said, "Oh," then the girls said, "Well, come have one." And then the next thing they said, "There are no more." So they
They
ate
went
them
like crazy,
they ate
didn't
them all.
they? That's
ate
the way
them
it
all.
always is.
And that's the way it ought to be. That's right.
and I will do this on another show, Gus. I take those chicken nuggets when I have them in the freezer pack and I need a dinner. Like if at times the kids or Tom would invite somebody over, I never said no, even if I had 10 minutes, because if I had those chicken nuggets, I put it in a 9x13. Go ahead and put your marshmallows on, girls. Okay, put your chocolate bars. I'm gonna let y'all go. Put 1 marshmallow on one. Each one have a marshmallow, and then put your chocolate on this side, okay? All right, and then I would take your broth that I freeze
Right.
up, you know, the clear broth when I boil it, and I take a cup of that, I pour that over the 9x13 chicken, and then I put a can of drained sliced mushrooms on top of that, and then I take a cup of that cheddar, just cheddar cheese, and sprinkle on the top, bake it in the oven for about 35 minutes.
That really,
At 350?
really sounds delicious. I think you'll
wonderful
have
meal.
people writing you wanting you to repeat that.
And I'll do it on show with Springer Mountain
Okay,
Chicken. Now,
okay.
the wonderful thing I like about Springer Mountain Chicken is it is so low fat.
Yes, it is.
Did you see how dry the paper was?
Yes.
The parchment paper?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And which is his job to soak it.
Yeah, it soaks it up. But
soaks
when
it
I
up
have
and
other
it's
things,
dry.
it's just, it soaks it up, but there's that grease running
Yes.
through it. And I never had that with your chicken. It's not greasy
Thank
at
you.
all.
Thank
So
you.
if you've had your gallbladder out, you can't take greasy, you need Springer Mountain Chicken. And for children. Kids, did you like the nuggets? Mm-hmm. Yes, thanks so much. I think you're going to like the s'mores too, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. This is a good way, moms, to do your s'mores inside. I do it on a baking sheet. Put the broil on for just a little while till your marshmallow gets brown, and then it melts the chocolate underneath. Now we're getting ready to go. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Thank you.